Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Leo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, so you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Your person's also showing up as the Nine of Pentacles. All right, feels like somebody really healthy, brand new. All right, they're viewing you as the Nine of Wands. All right, pay attention to repeating nines here. And we have the World card. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio energy there. And we see the Queen of Cups. So Leo, it looks like you may have someone with strong water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces coming your way. This person is creative, intuitive, loving, very nurturing. I also feel this is going to be a very telepathic communication where you just really get each other. I also feel this person is extremely emotionally intelligent, so they're going to be able to read you extremely well. All right, the Ace of Cups is a strong indication this is somebody completely brand new. Their heart chakra is open. They're going to be overflowing with love for you. All right, and we have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. So the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. A lot of my Leos, this is going to be a higher level of commitment, possibly a marriage, but just a beautiful, emotional, romantic connection. Now, the Nine of Cups tells me that you are this person's wish fulfillment, but I am kind of noticing how, she's looking off into this direction. So I do think you have somebody here who you may meet while they're really focused on themselves. And not in an egotistical way, but they're focused on their own growth, their own health. So I am getting an element here of this may be someone who, takes you a little bit by surprise, or maybe they're taken by surprise at this connection. Some of you, there might be something about health and wellness that brings you two together, like a yoga group, a meditation group, going to the gym, a workshop or something like that, but, walking, hiking at the dog park, whatever it might be. But for some of you, that's the case. Of course, not all of you. And we see the Judgment card in reverse, Aries, Scorpio energy. So for some of you, now this is an interesting message. For some of you, this person may have given up on love or finding the one. With the Judgment card in reverse and the Nine of Cups, this may be somebody who's just decided that, they're just going to be single. That there's, I don't think that they're in this pessimistic attitude, like there are no good ones out there, but they've most likely experienced some difficulties in love, or they feel like it's really hard to find somebody who's compatible. The Judgment card energy in reverse can also indicate, Leo, for a select few of you, although I am picking up on, for the vast majority of you, that this is someone brand new. For a select few of you, this may be somebody here, Leo, that feels they don't have a chance with you, or they don't have a second chance with you. Okay? Now, how my Leos are going to be feeling the Seven of Pentacles in reverse takes us to the Six of Pentacles. So what you're looking for is also looking for you. You're going to feel like, wow, this is a really good fit. We're really good for each other. And you're going to feel here like the wait is over. Like the wait is over. Like you're going to feel it. Like this is the one, okay? I've been waiting for this, or I've been waiting for someone just like this. Now they're viewing you as the Nine of Wands. For some of my Leos, like I said, a very select few of you, like one or two of you, this could be somebody that, they still hold a torch for you. Or they might, be hoping that you still hold a torch for them. But that's not true for all of you. Like I said, for a lot of you, this is someone new. So let's see what we need to know about this person. What do we need to know about this person? They may come from a large family, all right? They appreciate the connection with their siblings, family reunions, cousins, things like that. All right, this may be a friendship that evolves over time. Okay, and I do get this energy of this person not interested in a serious involvement, the Nine of Cups. Like, again, they might just think there isn't anybody that they see that they would, that they could invest in. Although for some of you, this might be a friend who's been crushing on you, but maybe you've never been available, or they think it's never going to happen. We see Gemini energy, so symbolized by the twins, ruled by Mercury. They're the thinkers and communicators of the zodiac with many facets. Okay, so they could be a Gemini sun, moon, rising, Venus, or they just embody Gemini energy, being very social, very intellectual, loving witty banter and playing some, fun little games in the relationship. But I don't mean like, head games, but just being playful. And we see that this person is passionate. So there's never a dull moment with this type of person who enjoys life fully. They could be an exciting lover, and they may own their own business. So we've got this entrepreneurial energy here as well. They invest effort and creativity into personal fulfillment and wealth. Beautiful. All right, so a real self-starter here. And I do see that, like, this person is self-focused, but not in a egotistical way. But, this is somebody who's independent. This is somebody who's maybe used to being on their own and maybe even a little picky when it comes to dating. The Nine of Pentacles tells me this person is always striving to be better, reaching for more. And again, this to me is a very healthy energy. This is somebody who's alone, but not necessarily lonely. Okay. Oh, we have triple nines, actually. The only thing we don't have is the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, the absence of the Nine of Swords here tells me, Leo, you're probably going to have this person losing sleep, right? Really in their feels about you. And we see awakened. All right. So yeah, this person, this person has awakened to love or to this connection. I also feel them being awakened is going to be, that's where you two also really click. You really get each other. Like, oh, finally, somebody who sees what I see, right? Somebody who feels the way I feel. I love that. Some of you, for that one or two of you where this might be somebody you've dealt with in the past, if there's been some sort of separation, I think they're going through like a major realization here. All right, we see hot mess. Okay, so yeah, some of you, this person might be a little bit of a hot mess, but I actually feel like that's how they feel around you. All right, and we see curly hair. So a really specific message here that's not going to resonate with all of my Leos out there, but it certainly will be confirmation for some of you. Yeah, see, I told you for some of my Leos, I was getting it might be your ex, or it could be somebody you've dealt with in the past. And for others of you, that's absolutely not the case, okay? So from down under, so this person could be Australian, or there could be some sort of Australian connection. And it might not be something you see immediately, but you may find out like this person's, Australia is on this person's bucket list, or, they have family in Australia or something like that. All right, let's keep going. For my Leos, what does this person... What else do we need to know about this person? What else do we need to know about this person? Okay, expectation. Yeah, but you see she's the woman in the Nine of Cups, and this woman in expectation is looking away from you, Leo. So it's like I kind of feel like this person deep down isn't quite expecting this, but there's a part of them that may be hoping for this or hoping for love, okay? Some of you, this person is waiting on you specifically. We see message of concern, okay? Some of you, I just feel like this is the type of person that's going to be, checking in on you, Leo, like when you start dating or you get together, or maybe it's even a current friend who is worried about you. They want to make sure you get home safe. They want to make sure that you've, had lunch, that you're feeling okay. If you're traveling, let me know when you get in type energy, which to me, I really love that, that little detail. All right. And we see house. Yeah. So for some of you, I do think this person has built stability for themselves. And, they may have, sometimes, not always, but with this card, I sometimes do get like this person kind of has everything they need but love. So they're in this kind of big house waiting to fill it up or share it with the right person. Okay, and we see main male. So remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. And this main male energy tells me that this person is ready to step up. And I think that's even going to shock them, right? That they're ready to step up. They're ready to They're ready, to step up for you, be your main person, to be your number one here, Leo. All right, so let's see. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know about this person? Anything else we need to know about this person? All right, they may have a pet. All right, they may come from overseas. All right, or maybe their parents or their grandparents do. They spend their money quickly. So this person has some money to spend. They might have a little bit of a nest egg there. And they wear red items frequently. Yeah, so okay, so I like that. Like, this person may be wearing red when you see them next, or when you meet them, or you just notice like red is one of their colors that they love to wear. And your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision here, Leo, okay? So again, that can be a move, that can be a job change, that could be to end another relationship, okay, whatever it might be. Now, the Nine of Wands, this person does see you as a little bit guarded, all right? So like they might feel like they need to find a way to soften you here, Leo. They definitely, the Nine of Wands has a lot of sexual undertones. So again, it's a strong indication for me in my readings that there's a really strong physical attraction. This is also for me a past life soulmate card. So, if you know this person, if you've dealt with them or not, there's going to be a sense of familiarity here, Leo, all right? And we see Ace of Cups. Look at you both, Ace of Cups energy. Yeah, this person recognizes that you love hard, you love deep, just the way they do. And so I do feel like your love language is very similar. And we see the King of Wands. See, that's you and all of your Leo glory, right? The King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, seeing that you're sexy, seeing that you're successful, you're attractive, but you also have boundaries. And this person likes that and they respect that. You have boundaries, you say what you mean what you say, you don't let people walk all over you, you speak up about your wants and your desires. And they really, there's passion here. They love that you're passionate about the things that you do, whether it's your job, your career, your creative hobbies. And it can also be, them being, seeing you being very passionate about your home, your animals, your friends, your family. Again, this person is quite family oriented. How my Leos are going to be feeling, we've got the Queen of Cups. So you and this person mirror each other in a lot of ways. Now we're seeing this reading being flanked by the Queen of Cups. Sorry, my dog is a little min pin and she's being really protective because my cat is outside and laying by the door. So I'm reading this, Leo, as you also have somebody here who's going to be very protective of you. Maybe even a touch jealous, but I'm not getting it. It's more so coming from care and protection. All right, so thank you, my little Pippi is her name, for giving us that little intuitive hit. But we see this reading being flanked by Queen of Cups energy. So you're both very loving, you're both very giving, you're both intuitive, you're both really nurturing. And truthfully, there isn't a better relationship than when two people who are givers really come together and nurture and give to each other. And it will provoke a sense of finally, right? We just love and nurture each other. I love that. We protect each other. We protect this relationship. All right, so let's see. Oops, we've got a little blonde hair here. All right, what else does this person really love about my Leos? What else does this person really love about my Leos? Okay, so they see you as a creative visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, a willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So again, they see you as this creative visionary. They love that you have new ideas. Again, this is very entrepreneurial as well, so you both could be entrepreneurs. They just like how you see life differently, but you're also willing to see different points of view. You're willing to see, absorb, think about, process ideas that, maybe are new to you, which I really love, or worldviews that are new to you. And we see guide energy. Yeah, so this represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So they see you as a guide. They see you as somebody that people really look up to. They see you as being wise and spiritual. You may be more spiritual than this person, for example. They might be somebody who's a bit more skeptical, and so that, but when it comes to like, hey, what does this mean, or what's going on in the astrology, they'll be interested. They'll ask you. Maybe even, I could see you automatically reading this person's birth chart and them just being really enthralled by that. Leo, they see this child eternal archetype, so that you're determined to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, and an ability to see things with fresh eyes. Yeah, so again, a lot of you, some of my Leos out there, you might look younger than your age. And again, I feel like you two are both healthy, or at least concerned with your health and your wellness and staying healthy. So I feel like, they're going to really appreciate that. And that is part of the compatibility here within this connection. All right. Is like, when you both kind of lead very similar lives, or you prioritize, for example, your health and your wellness. Now we see the World card. So for some of you, like I said, this could be like a coming back around, but more so it's just an indication that this is going to be a brilliant success. This is what we're calling the start of something new and something extremely special, loving, nurturing, and romantic. Now, we see through shared work or purpose. So this connection enters through a shared responsibility, goal, or collaborative effort. Alignment forms as you move towards something meaningful together. Yeah, exactly. So again, maybe, like I said, some of you meet through the gym or through a meditation group. For others of you, you meet through work, or you do something similar for work, or you're both just kind of entrepreneurs, right? All right, let's see. And we see building emotional maturity. This connection requires conscious communication and accountability. Yeah, so, and I like that. I mean, because I feel like, yes, you're both loving and you're giving, but, a relationship is a good relationship until there's tension, right? And through tension is where we see if a relationship is going to last. Long-lasting relationships last because when there's a fracture, or when there's tension, that you both work on repairing it. And so I feel like that's where this, building emotional maturity comes in. There may be some little lessons, as there are in every single relationship, where this requires conscious communication and each of you being accountable. And I love that, because that's what feeds longevity. And we see to break old cycles. This connection arrives to interrupt repeating patterns that have kept you stuck. Awareness becomes the first step towards change. Yeah. So again, there's a lot of awareness happening here, but I feel like it's because you two hold space for each other. You two are okay with, your partner being perfectly imperfect, right? And then, but it's not about perfection. It's about growth. It's about evolution. I love that. All right, and we see through everyday routine. So this meeting occurs in an ordinary recurring setting. Alignment reveals itself through consistency rather than spectacle. Yeah, so somebody who may be a friend of yours, or somebody you see at the grocery store, or somebody you see at your favorite, bar, club, or restaurant here, Leo, whatever it might be. It feels like there's a real organic coming together. So we see memento, a gift from someone special. So this person may have given you a gift. Gift giving may be their language, their love language. Also, I feel strongly that this could be a gift from the universe here, okay? And we have open your heart. So love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. Yeah, so be open to this. And again, we do see heart chakra opening for both of you, Ace of Cups. We see tease. Now this person, we did see that Gemini energy. This person might like to tease you. The energy is fun and lighthearted, but it's uncertain at first. And again, this person teasing could be their way of flirtation or flirting. But we see soulmate energy here, Leo. You have found your romantic counterpart. Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Somebody who mirrors you too in a lot of ways. So let's see, any important dates or times for my Leos here? Any important dates or times for my Leos, please? All right, June. Okay, so we did see Gemini energy, so this person could be a June Gemini. It could also be Cancerian energy, and you will hear news soon. So this person will either reach out very soon, Leo, or this person will, message you soon, or you'll meet this person very soon, but it feels really good. All right, Leos, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.